Hey everyone. So, as we know, Trump won. I'm gonna be removing the comments for this video because I really can't bear to see any people being like, yeah, now y'all LGBT people gonna die and suffer. I don't know, because people like this are fucking cruel. But unfortunately, Trump won. I'm not a very political person. I've started to become a very political person in recent years. Sorry, my boyfriend came in. But I've been trying to be a more political person, kind of understanding things. I kind of grew up in a religious household, so we were kind of like, oh, let God handle it. So I never really was taught like political things. I kind of wish I was because it's very important. So I'm not a very political person, but I do have a kind of understanding of what's going on and what is yet to potentially come. So of course we've all been aware of Project 2025 and the things that entails. I've been doing my own personal research about how this will affect me personally first, so I can kind of like try to formulate some type of strategy or a plan to deal with what's to come. So for me personally, my biggest concern is my rights and my accessibility to birth control, because I have been on birth control for about like 5+ years now, and I don't want to have any children. I I have tried to unalive myself in the past, and I have a history of mental health issues, primarily depression. So I just feel as though it would not be safe for me to have a child, and I may not be able to survive postpartum depression. So I'm also, I can barely financially take care of myself. I'm in college right now, but I decided that it wouldn't be safe for me to have a child with my mental health history and my financial instability. So birth control has been something very helpful to me. And of course, other women and people with uteruses, assault is always a thing. It's a great way to protect yourself from assault, from destitution, things like that. So, in my articles that I've been reading so far. It seems like restrictions in regards of birth control is something that is being looked into, and it looks like it's going to be something more so kind of like there's going to be restrictions done in the background, like things like kind of like changing the Affordable Care Act, making it so like insurances don't have to cover emergency contraceptions, things like that. Attacking the things kind of like that support birth control, as opposed to attacking birth control in of itself, to kind of make it seem under the radar so people don't really see it until it's too late. So what I tried to do this morning, unfortunately, I can't do it, but I am going to bring this out there for people who may be able to do it. If you have the Nexaplon arm implant, that's good for about 5 years, and you can renew that implant. Most insurance allow you to renew it at the 3-year mark. I'm at the 2-year mark, so I can't renew mine. But if you are able to renew your arm implant, or get an arm implant, I would advise to get one now and soon as possible, because that'll last until the 4 years of his term. Now, some people have said that he's trying to eradicate the 4-year term thing. I'm not sure if he'll be able to do it, but best case scenario, he can, and you'll at least have birth control for the next 5 years. Worst scenario, he can, and well, after that, I'm not really too sure what we can do. When I was on the phone with the Planned Parenthood lady, she did tell me that IUDs may still be accessible and things like that. They're kind of attacking the pills and the patches more, but in the articles I read, that they're trying to, like, there's apparently an attempt or a possibility that misinformation may be spread about IUDs and Plan Bs, saying that they cause abortions, and they don't. But there may be misinformation to be pressed on about that. Um, yeah, but that's pretty much the main thing I wanted to say right now. If you are a person with a uterus and you're worried about your reproductive rights and your birth control rights, getting an IUD plant, the Nexaplon implant, or renewing your Nexaplon implant is a pretty good option, because again, it'll last you for 5 years. So far, that's all I know, and that's all the information I can give. We have to stay strong. It's human history has always been very murky, and we're not really too sure what's going to happen in the next 4 years. But we have to stay strong. We can't give up. In moments like this, I like to think about my ancestors. I like to think of Martin Luther King. They fought really hard to have the rights that we do today. And we may have to carry that torch for trans people, LGBT people, for racial minorities, for people who are on the low economic class, low income. I've been talking with a friend from Peru, and he read the 2025, and he mentioned something about changing the Board of Education, or getting rid of the Board of Education. So, it's a very scary time. We're not really sure what to expect. And it's a really shitty feeling to feel helpless about your reproductive rights, about, your trans friends, you as a trans person. We don't know what's to come. But what I've been telling my friends and everybody is that we have each other. We have each other, and there has been dark times in American history in the past, but don't give up. This is not great, but it's not the end. Not yet. Don't give up. Don't lose hope. Remember the people that love you. Check on your friends. Check on your family. Say I love you. Be support. Let's support one another. In times of crisis, we need to come together. We don't need to be apart. And just try your best to not just trying your best to not get lost in this sea of fear and helplessness. My boyfriend came in again. But you know what I'm trying to say, y'all. We are stronger than we give ourselves credit for. The human spirit, the human will is one of the most strongest things in this planet. And there's always been oppression and political corruption. There's always been the big people trying to, smash the little people. And we can't let it happen. This has happened before. Variation of this has happened before. It's nothing new. We have to stand strong. And I honestly deeply believe that our ancestors are watching this now, and they are supporting us esoterically. They are giving us the support. I think that, there are higher entities looking out for us. Because this is some bullshit. We all know it's some bullshit, But that's all I have to say. Good morning, everyone. I love you. I care about you. Especially my LGBT friends. I care about you. And if you want to reach out to me for support, you can. Of course, hate comments will be blocked, deleted. But if you don't know if you have anyone to talk to, you can message me and I'll do my best to respond to you, because it's crazy right now. It's crazy. I love you all so much. I do.